Next, we have a formula, and this formula looks really complicated, but it's going to come back, I don't know, kind of a lot in the next couple of sections. All right. So it says the number of items in the union is equal to the number in A plus the number in B minus the number in the intersection. Okay. So it seems really hard at first, but you probably will memorize it pretty quickly. The two, I call these doubles. This is a double and this is a double. Those two doubles are pretty much interchangeable. Okay. If you interchange them, it still works. It still works. But the way I kind of remember it is one of the doubles is equal to a single plus a single minus the other double. What is happening? All right. A double equals a single plus a single minus a double. And it doesn't matter which one's which. It doesn't matter what order you put them in, as long as you put them in that kind of format. And when I say double, I mean either the union or the intersection. Okay? Either the union or the intersection. There's two things. I'm calling that a double. Okay. So example 4 says use the union rule. They give you a whole bunch of information. They say the number of items in E is 25. The number in F is 40. The number in the intersection is 10. We want to know the number in the union. Okay, so remember, NE means there are 25. If you listed it out, there'd be 25 things in that set. Okay, so it's a very straightforward use of the rule, because the number in the union is going to equal the number in the single plus the number in the single minus the number in the other double. Like that. Single plus single minus double. So the number in E is 25, and the number in F is 40, and the number in the intersection is 10. So really all we're doing is 25 plus 40 minus 10. That's going to be 65 minus 10 is 55. The number in the union is 55. Part B is really the same thing, only this time they ask you for the intersection. Well, I'm just going to flip-flop the formula, and I don't care about the formula so much as double equals single plus single minus double. So if I want to find the number in the intersection this time, I'm really using the exact same formula. It's the number in the single plus the number in the other single minus the number in the opposite double. So the number in G was 72, and the number in H was 30, and the number in that other double, the union, was 100. It looks like I've got 102 minus 100 is 2. So the number in the intersection is 2. Are you going to have to memorize that formula? Well, have you already? Okay, if you just remember double equals single plus single minus double, it's not that hard to memorize. Number 5. A group of 10 students meet to plan the school function. All are majoring in accounting or econ or both. 5 of the students are econ majors and 7 major in accounting. How many major in both subjects? Okay, so we can go through and kind of just identify what they've given us in this problem. I'm going to skip the 10. That's probably the hardest one to recognize. But 5 of the students are econ majors. Right? So I'm going to say NE equals 5. There are 5 econ majors. So if I continue reading, 7 major in accounting, I'm going to say in A for accounting equals 7. And then if I keep reading, it says how many major in both subjects. Well, that's the intersection. That's and. A and E equals question mark. That's what they're asking me. They want to know the intersection. How many do both? How many do accounting and econ? And so then if you go back and to the part where I said, I think this is the hardest part, it says 10 students, but all are majoring in accounting or econ or both. So notice the word or, all right? It says the number that are accounting or econ, that's union, is 10. So can you see that it's going to be the exact same question? It's the exact same question that we just did above. You've got that formula that says double equals single plus single minus double. Or in this case, we want to find the intersection A and E. We can do the number in A plus the number in E minus the number in A or E. Or 7 are in accounting plus 5 are in econ minus 10 are in one or the other or both. That's 12 minus 10 is 2. So the number in the intersection, the number in accounting and econ both is 2. All right, I've got 3 examples that look like this. Let's do 2 of them right here, or let's do 1 of them right here. This got a lot going on. Okay, a lot going on, and it gets kind of confusing, but you just have to read and follow and be very, very careful on your labeling. A survey of 77 business students at a university produced the following results. 25 read Bloomberg Business Week, 19 read the Wall Street Journal, 27 did not read Fortune. 11 read Bloomberg Business Week, but not the Wall Street Journal. 11 read Wall Street Journal and Fortune. 13 read Bloomberg Business Week and Fortune. 9 read all 3. Notice there are 3 sets in this problem. They're talking about Bloomberg Business Week, Wall Street Journal, and Fortune. Okay? There are 3 things that we're talking about. So we're going to use a Venn diagram to answer this question. If we use a Venn diagram and we think about it carefully, it's not going to be that bad, that hard. But those of you that won't do this step are going to have a real hard time. Okay? So 3 circles. Draw them pretty much as big as you can. They do not have to be the same size, but try to make it as neat as possible. Label one of them with a B and one of them with a W and one of them with an F so we can tell which ones we're talking about. Now, how many regions are there on this picture? 8, right? We've already done one with 3 circles. It has 8 regions. 2 to the 3rd power is 8. It's got 8 regions, okay? So ideally, we'll end up labeling 8 different regions on this problem, okay? But it's really hard because you can't do some of the numbers yet. When you look at that first number, 77, that means that all 8 of the regions are going to add up to 77. I don't know where to put the 77 yet, okay? Usually, what's going to happen is you're going to need to start at the bottom, okay? Doesn't necessarily always work that way. But if we look at the bottom here, 9 read all 3, I know exactly where that goes. 9 read all 3. That should be in the intersection of all 3 circles. 9 is going to go right there. Okay, so put the 9 in that overlap. 9 read all 3. There's my 9. So you kind of want to work backwards. Usually that's how these problems are going to work. If I go up to the next line, it says 13 read Bloomberg Business Week and Fortune. Well, if you think about it, here's Bloomberg Business Week, here's Fortune. The overlap, just ignore the other circle. Just look at Bloomberg Business Week and Fortune. That's these two regions right here. So there are 13 in this football shape right here. So that can only mean that this region right here must have how many? 4. I know there are 4 right there. Okay, so I've done 9, I've done 13. We kind of have to continue working backwards and subtracting in that way. 11, read Wall Street Journal and Fortune. So you look, okay, Wall Street Journal and Fortune, that's this football right here. Okay, so if these two pieces add up to 11, that means this piece must be 2. 11, read Bloomberg Business Week, but not Wall Street Journal. Bloomberg Business Week is right here. Ooh, but not Wall Street Journal. So not this football. We want this moon shape right here. Bloomberg Business Week, but not Wall Street is in this moon shape. So 11 did that. That means this number right here is 7. 27 did not read Fortune. Okay, well, this is a tough one right here. Because if you look at it, did not read Fortune means that this, there are 4 different regions that did not read Fortune. Basically anything outside of that circle. I don't know where to put the 27. I don't know how to figure out that number, so I'm going to skip it. Okay? Skip the 27 and we'll go to something else. 19 read Wall Street Journal. Okay, well, if you look at the Wall Street Journal circle, this is the circle for Wall Street Journal. I've got too many open spots. I don't know how to fill in the 19 because I've got too many empties. So I skip it and move to the next one. 25 read Bloomberg Business Week. Okay, now look at this. We like it when there's only one empty space. Okay, Bloomberg Business Week is this circle right here. And this circle is going to have to add up to 25. Well, you think about it, I've already got 7 plus 4 is 11, plus 9 is 20. I've already got 20 showing, so that means that this space right here must be 5 in order to make those 4 numbers add up to 25. Okay. Now let's go back and do the 19. 19 read Wall Street Journal. So that means 19 has to be in this circle right here. So I've already got 14 plus 2 is 16. I've got 16 showing. 16 plus 3 is 19. Okay. Now let's go back to 27 did not read Fortune. Well, remember, 27 did not read Fortune was these 4 regions right here. These 4 did not read Fortune. So I've already got 10, 15. That's 15. So there must be 12 outside of those circles right there. So that 12 plus 7 is 19, and 24 and 27. That 27 did not read Fortune. Now notice I still have an open spot. I still don't have a number in this F part of this circle, but I've still got another number. Remember, 77 business students, that's the total. So that means all of these numbers right here have to add up to 77. Okay? And so what? 12 plus 7 is 19. That's 24, 27, 29, 38, 42. 42. So 42, 77 minus 42 is 35. That's got to be 35 right there. 35. Okay. Once you have all those numbers in the circles, you should be able to answer the questions. When we go to how many students read none of the publications, well, that's this answer right here. None of the publications, that's 12. And how many read only Fortune? Well, only Fortune is this region right here, 35. And then C says how many read Bloomberg Business Week and Wall Street Journal, but not Fortune. So Bloomberg Business Week and Wall Street Journal, but not Fortune. That's this region right here. That's 5. And that's how it's done.